Hello everybody, this is Pally welcoming you to the Steel Faith Overhaul for Total War Warhammer. Now, for those unfamiliar with it, Steel Faith is a mod that changes a significant portion of Warhammer, hence why it's referred to as an overhaul, and largely focusing on making battles last a little longer and be more interesting, on improving the utility of spells, as well as adding to the complexity of the campaign by making it so that all settlements can become tier 4, increased garrison strength, all sorts of small changes that individually necessarily you wouldn't really go crazy about, but altogether add up into a pretty significant change to the way the game is played. And I thought we would do a campaign of it. Steel Faith is not the only mod, though, I've got going right now. I've got a couple of smaller ones. I'll bring them up as they show up in-game and as I think of them. But the two other main ones are the Legitimacy mod for the Empire. Now, the Legitimacy mod gives the Empire a resource called Legitimacy, and this Legitimacy resource in a way acts like the Imperial Authority in Europa Universalis 4 when you're playing as the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. You build up legitimacy in Warhammer here by in creating important buildings, by leveling up legendary lords, by doing various actions like attacking enemies of mankind. Various little mini quests and the like will pop up through the campaign. It's a really well done. It's a really well done mod overall. I think that actually it heightens the diplomatic experience of playing the Empire, and it makes you feel more like you're playing the Emperor of a bunch of little states and keeping them happy and keeping essentially your vassals and other humans happy rather than just conquering all the other humans. So I thought we would integrate that in. We're going to be doing a campaign as the Empire, so we'll be having the legitimacy mechanic in there, and we'll go more into how that works as the campaign progresses. It is, as far as I've been able to tell thus far, compatible with the Steel Faith Overhaul, but there might be some minor issues here and there that crop up. We'll see as that happens. And lastly, the other main mod I want to mention before we get started is that I am playing with the Grand Campaign Custom Maps map pack. And so we will be doing manually nearly every battle, just because we'll want to try and see all of the new battle maps that have been put into that mod, or at least as many as we can have show up during this campaign. So, with all of that being said, let's get it started. Be playing the main Old World campaign as the Empire. For anyone who's not familiar with Warhammer, think of it as essentially fantasy on steroids. So, the Empire is, in many respects, the well-rounded faction that can kind of do everything pretty well, but doesn't necessarily do any one thing spectacularly. Whereas, say, the dwarfs are incredibly good at defense. Bretonnia has great cavalry. The Wood Elves, great archers. The Greenskins, meaning orcs and goblins, have numbers and just kind of general insanity. The vampires have their ability to raise the dead. The Warriors of Chaos have a ton of elite units. The Beastmen are just kings of ambushing. So, we'll be playing as the Empire. But we're going to be playing as the Empire to check out the legitimacy mechanic. I don't know, I haven't had a chance yet, really, to test how well legitimacy works with the AI playing as the Empire. And there's no way to really see it happening if the AI is doing it anyways. So we're going to
summon the Elector Counts.
We'll just be playing as the Empire ourselves. Now, I could be Karl Franz, I could be Volkmar the Grim, or I could be Balthazar Gelt.
Grand Theogenist.
As cool looking as Volkmar is and all that, His effects are frankly terrible, so there's no way we're starting as him. I
In
couldn't
the name of
decide.
Magnus.
Couldn't decide really if I wanted to start as Karl Franz or as Balthazar Gelt. Franz has the slight bonus to legitimacy and diplomatic relations with the Empire provinces, as well as some movement range and upkeep bonuses, whereas Gelt gives us extra winds of magic, extra armor for all units, and upkeep bonus for battle wizards. And so I couldn't decide between Gelt or Franz, and so I just flipped a coin earlier, and Gelt won 2 out of the 3 coin tosses. So we're gonna go with Gelt. And I don't see any reason not to just get it started up. And since I do enjoy these intro cutscenes, I'm just gonna let this play while I shut up.
The drums of war never cease. For the old world lies in great peril. A strong leader is needed to unite the Empire, the greatest of mankind's nations. As gods battle for the world's fate, I make my own humble contribution. In the employ of the newly anointed Emperor. Even now, we make haste to the Emperor's ancestral capital. For the demented Rachnic Spiderclaw leads an attack on Altdorf's walls. My charge is Karl Franz, the true wielder of Gal Maraz. But as he fights to secure his status as Emperor, will his reign strengthen the nation? Or lead it to ruin?
We'll only have to wait and see. I still am not entirely sure who that old man is, but I am not an expert on Warhammer lore whatsoever, so that's totally fine. I like there being a bit of a mystery regarding him. So Gelt is the powerful gold wizard throwing his lot in with Karl Franz. Franz will be strengthening his position at court, and Gelt will stabilize the Empire.
The greenskins scurry back to their dirt holes, Lord. However, it remains a time of crisis for the Empire. Secessionists, hostile to the election of Emperor Karl Franz, are trying to form a breakaway province to the south. We need a stable empire if you are to study the arcane texts. You must put an end to their senseless revolt. To the north, Boris Todbringer of Middenheim, a bitter rival of the recent election, plots openly against the Emperor. Be warned that should diplomacy fail, war with Todbringer will be unavoidable. Be sure to build your forces.
Well, yeah, of course you build your forces. Total war. Silly man.
In all the Empire, there is none more powerful than you, Supreme Patriarch. Show the Emperor's enemies your arcane might.
Yes, my arcane might! Alright, so... Mission issued. Engage. The enemy attack an army belonging to the Empire Secessionists. These guys with the giant skull banners. So, well, we start out with an army in range of theirs. I think we'll be attacking. I also want to upgrade to this rally field before we attack. Let's see, anyone want to be friendly? Oh, we can't trade with anyone, or not with many anyways. Northern?
Surely an agreement will be reached.
Non-aggression pact? No, they're not happy with me. Midland!
I will listen, but my time...
Hey, there we go. So the basic idea of the legitimacy system is that we want to maintain good relations with most of humanity.
Greetings on behalf of the Empire. Now what brings...
I'll make an exception for Marienburg, naturally. But... Telebeckland...
Welcome, my countrymen.
Oh, they like that idea. Alright, cool. Well, let's go forth and attack. Helmet Ludenhof. Okay, so one of the smaller mods that I'm using as a, just kind of a reminder to myself not to auto-resolve is... I can't remember the name of it. I'll have all the mods that I've got activated right now listed below, but it essentially changes the auto-resolve values a bit so that unless you truly have absolutely overwhelming might, you do not want to ever auto-resolve. And that is something I like to maintain when I'm playing single player because it keeps me actually playing my battles rather than just accepting losses and over again, essentially. So I think we'll just start this one up, but anyways, the point I was getting at is that throughout the campaign, our balance of power on the auto-resolves is going to be lopsided in the AI's favor. So we won't be auto-resolving much. So, the Battle of Grunberg. What do we got here? So, the enemy has 1 crossbow, 2 swordsmen, 2 spearmen, and an Imperial Lord. Lots of, decorations there. Meanwhile, we have Balthazar Gelt. We have our mortar. 1 unit of crossbows, 1 unit of spears, 1 unit of swords, and 1 unit of great swords. Gotta love those big weapons. Ah, that one's flanged. Nice. Alright, so, and we also have this unit of outriders. So, we are going to... Oh, winds of magic. Let's gamble. See if we can start with more... Hey, we got 2 more points of it. Good enough. So I'm thinking what we're going to do here is we're actually going to start with the Outriders up on top of the hill, because they have Vanguard deployment. And we will let them then hit the enemy from the side as the enemy comes to engage us.
Great swords.
I'm thinking we have spears and great swords. Actually, here's what I'm going to do.
Weapons at the ready.
We will have the crossbows in front of the great swords, and the great swords, when the enemy get close, will charge through the crossbows to cover them. Swordsmen right there. Very good. And Gelt. You might need to fight in melee, given the situation here. They do have us a little outnumbered melee-wise. But I think we can do this. Alright, as does the battle bar here. Yeah, they have an extra 140 men, 25% more men than we do, essentially, but that's okay. Let's start her up and see how we do. First off, I want this concentrating on the crossbowmen. Come on, mortar. Incoming shells! Yeah. Got a couple of the crossbowmen with one of them. I'm not sure we killed any yet, though. Oh, yeah. There's a couple. That had to kill some. Oh, those were good, too. Alright, they're entering into crossbow range. Very good. Crossbowmen, focus on their crossbows. Meanwhile, great swords. I want you going for Ludenhof. Spears versus spears. Great swords versus general. Swords versus these spears. Meanwhile, let's drop some rocks on them. Oh, that was timed pretty well, actually. Good job. Good job to me. Maybe I should get Gelt out of there for now. Alright, crossbows are currently out of the fighting. Let's see if these mortars can help against these guys. Come on. Alright, let's rain some more rocks on the enemy. Alright. Kill the swordsmen, actually, not the spears. They can wait. Alright. One of the things I really like about the artillery in Warhammer is that you can actually have your mortar pretty well pinpoint enemies. The downside is you can't have them specifically target a location. I don't like that. Alright, Gelt. Help these guys out. And give me another Searing Doom right there. Alright. Breaking them slowly, though that wasn't good, that hit our own. Alright. Ceasefire, mortar. Actually, hold on. Target their crossbowmen who are coming back into the fight. You guys hit that group of crossbows. Come on. Finish the enemy off here. Let's do everything we can. Alright, Gelt. Yeah, that was pretty well timed. Probably should have overcharged it to get a bigger area, but that's okay. I don't think we'll be able to kill this guy without the Outriders. They're busy. Come on. Kill a few more of these guys, then go back for this dude. Maybe. I don't know. Crossbows! Target! Gelt, can you... I wonder if I can time this right. Not perfect, but did a little to him. Knocked him down, at least. Come on, great swords. And Gelt. Alright, that's enough of those spearmen. I need to make sure that this guy does not survive. No, crossbows are out of range. Try those handful of swordsmen. Alright, you guys stop. The Outriders should be enough. They have armor-piercing missiles at the very least. Come on, guys, you got this. Crossbows are out of range, so it's up to you. Come on. Still slowly killing as many of these guys as we can with the mortars. I wonder if it's even going to hit anyone. No. Nope. Alright, and they're out of range. Well, you did your job just fine, mortar. 188 kills. Nothing to scoff at. Come on. Finish him off. Speed things up a little bit. This is just waiting for them to wear him down, and they will. They've almost got him. There he goes. Let's end this. Alright, 127 lost. Not ideal, but could have been worse. At least we killed off the entire army. Sometimes it partially survives, and I don't like that. Alright, Gelt levels up. We managed to take enough captives to replenish a good chunk of our losses, so...
Onwards.
And we get our plus 1,000. And Gelt got a messenger! Campaign movement range plus 6. Nice. Grunberg is undefended. Well, let's take advantage of that. So, with Gelt, I'm going to be doing a combination of magic and general bonuses. We're going to start with the magic. I want Gehenna's Golden Hounds, because vortexes are significantly more powerful now.
I am ready. Are you?
And we'll just go on and attack Grunberg with our somewhat diminished forces. I think we can handle it. As even with the balance of power mod, even the game still says, yeah, you can handle it. So, this will at least give us a chance to look at the new custom map for Grunberg. A lot of these maps, I will freely admit, some of I've played with some of them before, and some of them are fantastic, I think. Some of them less awe-inspiring. And some of them, it's less a matter of their overall aesthetic design and more a matter of them not meshing well with game mechanics, sometimes. But this one I don't think really causes many problems. I really wouldn't, this would be a easy one to defend in many ways. You just can hold back here, get the walls largely protecting you from artillery. Lots of possibilities. Winds of Magic, let's see if we can get them a little better, shall we? Yep, no. Ouch. Well, whatever, that happens. Black powder, yes, black powder.
Crossbows ready, General.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. They are likely to start right around here. We're gonna have our crossbows facing that direction. Our outriders I kind of want to have in the trees over here, if we can manage that. Yes, we can. And then they can come around, catch the enemy in the side as they come at us. Now, since they don't have any ranged units, I'm just going to put the great swords in front of the crossbows. And that, I think, shall effectively be that. Since the balance of power is significantly in our favor this time, I'm not worried about needing the mortar to hit right at the front line, that kind of thing. Even so, though, it should still be able to. We'll want to countercharge the enemy, I think. I guess great swords of expert charge defense, but I don't think that the swordsmen... Oh, no! No, that's great swords. Swordsmen do not have charge resistance at all, so we definitely want them charging the enemy. Oh, and we're bombarding them, and I haven't paid any attention. Wrong ones to bombard, though. They're on their own. Oh, they can see us. Well, go into skirmish mode, and go cause them problems, shall you? Thanks. Oh, that had to hurt. Yeah, one guy got torn apart. Not sure why they stopped. Oh! Ah, they're turning to come at the Outriders. Oh, the Outriders can skirmish all day. It's fine. Meanwhile, let's drop the Hounds right in the middle of the enemy for fun. Oh! That's gonna do some damage. Go for it! Spearmen! The great swords just get into it, they don't care. Alright, come on, guys. We got this. Probably could have placed that a little better, but oh well. Still helped annihilate the end of their morale. Great swords. That's their general unit. The mortar's just pummeling them. As the Outriders kite the crap out of these spearmen. Just watch individual guys getting sniped. The Outriders turn away, come back, turn away, come back. Mortar. Oh, and hello, this group is not broken yet. That's a problem. We're losing men. Come on. And they break. Excellent. Outriders, what are you doing? Get out of there. No, I said get out of there. There you go. Now you can ride them down. Uh-huh. Okay, well, do we want to bother going for the kills? We'll let the Outriders run these guys down, I think, and that's about it. Speed it up quickly. This group of spearmen's just caught in the middle of all my cavalry. All my cavalry. All 60 of them, yeah. That's a ton of cavalry that you got there, Pally. Just tons of it. Did that level them up? No, but they're working on it. Alright, let's go with our victory there. So we have captured Grunberg. Punch flattened the pansies. Orc speak. Always hilarious. Very little loot. Alright, so here's a good chance to show off one of the basic ways that you gain or lose legitimacy. When you capture a settlement that's imperial, you have your options, as you might have noticed, have changed. I don't have a sack option anymore. Instead, I have the punish option. So, occupying it works normally, but if you are occupying somewhere that you do not have a claim to, then the Elector Count, who is in charge of that territory, can ask for it to be returned to them. And if you refuse, you'll take a penalty to legitimacy and public order. Whereas if you capture... sorry. If you capture an imperial province and just punish it, you gain a bonus to legitimacy, while also essentially sacking it and gaining money. And raising it naturally just screws your legitimacy, as everyone in the Empire is like, dude, you just slaughtered humans, man! That's not cool! So yeah. So we're just going to occupy, since it's a, yay, we captured it! Since it's a province in...
Your eminence.
I'll let him talk.
Many evils still abound in this world. The Empire remains divided, and marauding greenskins still threaten your lands. Further afield, there are rumors of a dark force rising in the east, spreading the taint of undeath. You must remain vigilant.
Very good. Alright, so we have a fractured nation. We need to occupy, loot, raise, or sack 2 different settlements. And we also need to fight the Battle of Bloodpine Woods. That's our first quest. So those that would break away from the rule of the Emperor are nothing but tenacious. They have sent a request for assistance to their allies in the north, and this appeal has been answered with covert detachments of men. Our spies have revealed the massing of a military force in the Bloodpine Woods. Take the fight to them before they can grow into an army. And that gets us the Sword of Striking and a Battle Wizard. But since we started out with Balthazar Gelt, we really don't need a new Battle Wizard, so this is going to be kind of low priority for us. We'll get there eventually, but low priority. So, with Gelt, I think we're just going to up the cooldown, or down a bit the cooldown on the Golden Hounds. And then we're going to grab Inspiring Presence next. And then we'll start upgrading probably either Honest Steel or Pistol Core. I haven't decided which. It'll depend what our army's looking like at that time. Speaking of our army, let's add to it a little, shall we? I'm going to recruit one of each, essentially. Give us a little more swordsmen, an extra unit of spearmen, so we essentially will have one spearman per flank to deal with any potential cavalry we have to fight. And Free Company, because they're kind of a decent little catch-all unit in a way. You can kind of kite with them. They're not great at it, but they're really good on a flank. You put them on a flank where they can just unload their pistols into somebody, and they can do a lot of damage. The other thing we're going to do, one of my preferred tactics, is to recruit a second lord to join us. So, there's a bit of an issue with it showing us this, because I have the all tabletop lords mod going as well, so we'll have extra lords to recruit from. So, as you can see, the Empire now has wizard lords of various kinds, as well as the Grand Master. And I don't really know what the Grand Master does. I haven't played with it much, so let's take that. We have either the Knights Griffin, melee defense +5 for Empire Knights, Reichsguard, Knights of the Blazing Sun, and Demigriffs, or Knights of the Black Bear. Hit points and attrition in snow territory bonus. Huh, pretty nice. Well, let's go for the Knights Griffin. This one, I mean, just the way that this guy looks, I would be willing to guess that he ends up being kind of a cavalry leader. But that's what I'm going to want him for anyways. He'll be following Balthazar Gelt around and acting as Gelt's reinforcements. So Gelt, on his army line, will be able to focus on upgrading melee and missile units, while his reinforcement can focus on upgrading cavalry and being a better warrior himself. It's expensive. It definitely adds to your upkeep and lowers the amount of income you can expect to have early game as the Empire, but I find it fairly effective. Let's see now if we can get a couple of trade treaties.
But are we not all sons of Sigmar?
Yes, we're all sons of Sigmar. And you're dicks.
It is good to see fellow sons of the Empire this day.
Well, thank you, Helmut Feuerbach. You are a wonderful, wonderful Elector Count. Great subject. Sterling, what do you say?
You come in peace?
You say no. Well, screw you too. Alright, well, we've done what we can for this turn, I think. We are recruiting men. We have gotten our new lord. We are upgrading our barracks. We can't do any research yet. So, yeah, I think we're pretty much ready to go. We do have the 12 legitimacy listed. So right here you have legitimacy details. We can see where you're getting your current legitimacy score from, and you can see the effects of your current legitimacy. So because we have between 0 and 25 legitimacy, the Imperial provinces mostly are okay with us. And I see no reason to wait any longer. End the turn! The Goblin, eh? Forget it's the Goblin Big Boss or something like that. So legitimacy introduction. So your standing in the Empire is denoted by your legitimacy rating. Recent actions by the secessionists have depressed your legitimacy for a short time, causing penalties to public order and diplomatic relations. You can restore your legitimacy by building impressive monuments, recruiting legendary lords and granting them office, and doing battle against the many enemies of mankind. However, encroaching too far on the privileges of the Elector Counts, such as by raising their cities or occupying their historic fiefs, will damage your legitimacy. Now go, heir of Sigmar, and prove that you are an emperor worthy of the title. So as you can see right here, because of the secessionism of the Empire secessionists, we have -20 to our legitimacy for the next 5 turns. That puts us at -8, and this will update next turn to let us know what our current legitimacy
You
is.
summon me.
effects are, anyways.
I am
So,
a
Helm Gart.
patriarch.
Let's keep moving. I want to try and get this fight underway. The idea that I'm going with is to try and unify Reikland as quickly as possible. And if we see an opening, we're going to go for Marienburg. But that'll require an opening. Alright. We are going to want more troops, because at the moment they have 6 troops, 6 units there, as well as the defenses of Helmgart, which are another 7 and 8 total, so 14 units to our 11. Chances are we could probably handle it, but I don't see a reason to wait. We need the military. We want the strength, essentially. I'm going to go for another unit of Free Company Militia and 2 units of Swordsmen. We will recruit the Sigmar's Sons right before we start moving. And Von Karstein and Sturland are at war. Let's see if Sturland will chat with us now.
Greetings
Trade?
on behalf of the Empire.
Nope. Alright, well.
Come
Wissenland?
then. Only Sigma's gone.
Yeah. Alright, well, I don't see any reason to sit here and be insulted by the Elector Counts. Let's end the turn. Ooh, Marienburg. Looks like it's under siege.
So,
Now, it's time to attack Helmgart.
I will not obey.
Recruit. Let's do this.
Ulrich's will.
So, as you can see, they have a decent defensive force, but not a super powerful one. Lots of spearmen. Alright, well, we definitely want to bring in our reinforcing general. So, Barded Warhorse, Knights of the... Oh, yeah, I was right. So, these guys are pretty much cavalry masters. Awesome. That'll be excellent.
On march!
Perfect, especially with his bonus of melee defense there. Be perfect for him to be the cavalry backing up Balthazar Gelt's main army.
No peace, just war.
Well, if there's no peace and just war, then I say let's go to war. We'll attack Helmgart. Looks like they have a little fortress here. That'll make defending right here a lot easier. Yeah, with that low winds magic, we definitely gamble. Yeah, there we go. It worked in our favor. Alright, so the enemy is going to be deploying somewhere, obviously, in the red box. I'm guessing they'll be kind of spread around right in, essentially... yeah, sorry, bit of a... sorry about that. Anyhow, so we are going to assume they're going to come in here. I'm thinking we will use our Free Company and Outriders kind of as ambushers. I'm going to put them in this forest we've got right here. Wow, why are you never hidden?
Free company!
There's got to be a closer. There we go. And we will also put the Outriders over here. Excellent, they're hidden as well. And then we'll put the main force up on this hill, I think. We'll use the trees for cover from enemy crossbows, and we will just be lobbing mortars over them. So, let's get this line set up.
Emperor! Great swords!
I don't like that it puts the great swords on the flank. I'd actually rather them in the middle, but maybe that's for the best.
We are Sigma!
Nah, great swords can be more at the central. There we go. That looks pretty good. Meanwhile, crossbows, I will put kind of in the middle here. This way they can fire through this opening in the trees. Or the other option would be right here. Nah, we'll put the crossbows here. I like that spot for them. The mortar will be right here, hopefully able to arc over the trees well enough. Gelt, be right here in the middle. And what do we still have to deploy? Our spears, yes indeed. So, we need spears on the left flank, one on the right. And that looks pretty good. I say we start it. So our enemies... Okay, I was kind of right. We have one or two guys here, the rest over here. No. Target this force. This is the force that is nice and big. Well, at least did some minor damage. But I want the clumped mass of enemies. And you, get your butt up here, man. You're not of any use back there. How we doing? Gelt, can you bombard back here? Not quite, but pretty close. Let's wait until they get a little tighter. And it's harder for them to run out of the position. Come on, there we go. A number of them will be knocked down by the mortar fire. Oh yeah, very good. Huh. These outriders have range, man.
Taking position.
Oh yeah, those guys have taken a beating so far. I like it. Gelt. And the hounds. My timing wasn't the greatest there, but they are doing their job. Tearing through this unit of swordsmen. Whew, like really tearing through them. They just lost a quarter of their unit there. Alright, let's do this. Gelt. And the fire from the sky. Yes, I love it. Alright, so you're attacking their general. You get in here too, man. Gelt, give me more hounds. Yeah. The hounds, they really don't like the hounds. Oh, shoot. You guys get up there. I hadn't realized that they saw these guys and attacked them. I was just about to bring them over for the flank maneuver, and, well, we'll have these two take on this unit of spearmen, crush them. No. That's where you need to be firing. That's where you need to be dropping bombardments. Great swords. Keep up the fight. Go for those. Free company. You'll tear through them. Spearmen into the fray. Swordsmen, move. You guys aren't doing anything. Alright, this group is getting torn to pieces by my gunners. This is why I like Free Company. They still can kind of hold the line if you need them to. They're not great at it, but they can do it. They can try, anyways. Alright, let's drop some hounds in here. I want to tear up this line. Now, hopefully they won't double back into mine, but that was a calculated risk. We're losing a couple. That's okay. Mostly just devastating the enemy line. Oh, like really down the line. Nicely, too. Oh, that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And last bit of magic. That's all we got. Mortar, what are you doing here? Alright, I need these crossbows taken out. They're killing ours. Swordsmen! Spearmen! Kill the enemy! This is the big fight. Get in there, Gelt! You can still fight melee, you can. Yeah! Where's this guy? Oh, he's chasing the enemy general. Hans Zintler. Well. Excellent. Free companies. Do your job. Mortar, ceasefire. You're probably going to kill lots of friendlies if you keep shooting. and see how much we can kill and get some experience here quickly for the Outriders. There's a lot of guys running here I think we can grab. Oh, I was hoping these guys would help shoot him down. Crap! Come on, you got him! Just doesn't want to die. Crossbows, maybe.
Ready for war! Free company! Fire! Fire!
Come on, guys, get him! I just need a mortar to knock him down. Let the others catch up. Gah! I don't think we're going to get it. And the Outriders are on the other side of the freaking map at this point. Oh, there's still that giant mess of men running away from us. I love it. Ooh, this guy is fast. Alright. Hell with it. Let's just end the battle here. It's a good victory. Considering the numbers involved, losing only 230 men, it's pretty solid, I think. Decisive victory. And we will occupy it.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so now you can see we have the secessionism giving us crap legitimacy, and because we're at 0 to -25, we're taking a hit with leadership, public order, and relations with imperial provinces. That's why you keep your legitimacy up, folks. That is why. Alright, so I'm thinking Helm Gart we're going to improve first. Or maybe we should go with the... Yeah, Helm Gart first. I want to be able to get this training field up to level 2 next, so we can get rid of this one. Yeah, it's a little convoluted, but important still. We're going to need crossbows this turn. We'll move up, take Eilhart next turn, and then hopefully we'll have a chance to grab Marienburg. If things work out in our favor, at least. Doesn't always, we'll see. Alright, so now it's time to take Inspiring Presence. After we take Eilhart, that should get us another level, and we'll go probably into Pistol Corps. I want to improve our missile infantry. So do we want experience, leadership, or speed? I think we want the leadership, actually, first off. Well, no, let's go for experience. +2 experience, that almost covers that leadership bonus in the first place. So yeah, we'll go with the experience bonus. And there's not really much else to do this turn. We're going to be almost out of money next turn. But that's okay. Especially if we end up taking Marienburg. Alright. Gelt attacks Eilhart.
The Supreme Patriarch.
Circle.
No peace, just war.
Marienburg is very heavily defended. I don't like that.
I will marshal the men. On march.
Well,
yes.
Either way, we're going to attack and take Eilhart. And then, depending on the situation, we may actually lay siege to Marienburg rather than just attacking it. We'll see. Like I said, depends on the situation. So this is the Eilhart map. Oh, that's cool. Nice, giant observatory kind of situation right there. I like that. But yeah, you got, looks like four good-sized structures, each built on their own hill. Or this one kind of at the base of the hill there. Huh, interesting map. I am not sure where I'm going to expect the enemy to be here. We're going to come in on this side because that's where our Grand Master's coming in. I'm thinking that we will... Let's hold on. Let's nab this hilltop here, I think. And put the crossbowman kind of on top of the hill. Swordsman in front. Put the great swords there so they can kind of reinforce in the center. Spearmen to the sides to cover the flanks. Not that I really think that'll be needed. And further on the flanks, we're gonna put these free companies just to cause some trouble. I'll hide the outriders in those woods there. The mortar's right there, and Gelt right here. The Lord of Metal! Let's gamble, see if we can get a little more. Hey, there we go. Nice 7 extra points to start with. And where's our reinforcement general? Come on, Grandmaster! Oh wait, that was me saying start deployment. Getting ahead of myself. Let's start battle. Okay, so the enemy is way back here. Interesting choice. I guess they didn't really know where we'd be coming from, so fair enough. Whew. Good shooting mortar crews. Up, here we got some guys. They're coming into range soon. Oh yeah, they're in crossbow range. Mortar, focus there. Gelt, can you hit them? Not. All right. Let's toss some hounds down right there. Disrupt that general and the free company behind him. Very good. Meanwhile, let's drop some searing doom on these crossbows. Hopefully that hit them. Hard to tell. Mortar, keep hitting that group. This is going pretty well, I'd say. Swordsman, attack! Just go. Go for it. You can do this. Swordsman, I will put you right here, and we will flank these spearmen. Actually, you will flank these spearmen. Outriders, get in here. We need you. Alright, this is going pretty well. Uh-oh. These guys, I don't want them fighting this way. Let's see if my spearmen can give them a little cover. Alright, they're almost broken already. And that's the victory. That was almost too easy. Alright, well, yeah, I don't think we need to chase them all down. That went quite well. 36 losses only. I mean, granted, their force was pathetic compared to ours, but still. Occupy! We get Sterlin's Revenge, Free Company as a regiment of renown. We have Reikland, the secessionists have been obliterated.
I am ready.
Excellent, and Gelt has leveled up. So, let's see. Do we want Pistol Core, which gives us, in the end, extra ammunition and damage? Do we want Honest Steel, which gives extra melee defense and attack for the low-tier Imperial Infantry? Tough question, really. Let's go Honest Steel. Oh! I forgot. Yeah, every 5 levels, your lords in the Steel Faith Overhaul, every 5 levels, your lords get an extra skill point. Which helps that you feel like they don't only do one thing right, you know? So that's a nice little boost. Plus 7 attack and defense for each of these guys.
I am the supreme.
Alright, and Gustav Swaft has hit level 2, so let's give him his Barded Warhorse. And those charge and speed bonuses aren't big. Let's give him hard to hit next. So, it's cavalryman now.
By the comet.
Well, so here's the thing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 units in the city. We've got 16 in this army.
You summon me.
So that's 28 units. I don't know if we can take on 28 units. So the question now becomes, what do we do? We could push up into Middenland, but we have a treaty with them.
That I make no promises to my assent.
I always find it weird that you can't trade with them, even though you're just right across the river. Sterling, though, what do we got here? Nope, still won't trade with us. Our legitimacy still isn't the greatest.
Greetings on behalf of the Empire. Now what bring?
Come on, Wissenland.
Approach and make your offer. That I make no promises to my assent.
What if I offer some payment here, like 300? Will you say yes then? Nope. Alright, well, screw you too then. We just need to upgrade the province a bit here. Now, these fields help with growth, but we need money more than growth at the moment, so we're going to demolish them. We will instead build a, whatever the workshop is that gives you just straight money. And we can issue a commandment here, of course. Almost forgot. Let's go with, Post Festag. We need the public order. I don't want to be dealing with rebellions within the Empire. And now we'll need the money for fields. So,
By the comet.
we're going to end our turn right here. They are just building up their forces.
Grows, my lord. News of your conquest spreads far and wide. Your developing power is noted by even the most distant of kings and bestial lords.
Thanks, dude. So that's why we have a new mission to conquer even more. And we have bloodied the secessionists by taking them out, so it gives us a boost to our legitimacy. However, since I got rid of the fields, we're now at negative income, so I'm going to build a weaving house there. And at Grunberg, we're going to upgrade... Actually, let's upgrade Eilhart. I'm going to want to upgrade that weaving house quickly.
Yes.
Right. Other than that, we're in pretty good shape. Now, it is tempting to come down and, since I want to see if we can take advantage of an opening that Marienburg may leave us. If they move up to attack the Skull Smashers here, they will leave the city vulnerable,
Let us begin.
and we'll be able to attack. And since we have the mortar, we'll be able to attack that turn. So, that's kind of why we're just going to let our armies hang out right here. I want to move this guy in. He's going to do a little trespassing, see if we can get a better view of things.
I am the blood of Gilles.
Ah, Bretonia's there as well.
The Empire.
Oh. Now you can stop trespassing, I guess. We'll bring him down to Helm, Gart. Or actually, we might have him do some raiding next turn, actually, now that I didn't even think about that, but we can do it.
The Empire.
Or we could have Gelt potentially raid. He wouldn't be able to this turn. He wouldn't have enough movement range.
I am
That's
the
an idea.
supreme patriarch.
Might be able to pull their army out to attack us. If we're going to do that, though, we need more forces, and I don't have the money to support more forces. Quandary. Alright, well, we're going to go with what we got. See if we can talk anyone else into a trade agreement.
Greetings,
Nordland.
my countrymen. You come in peace on this fine.
Nope. Wissenland?
Greetings on
Trade?
behalf of the
Trade?
Empire.
God damn it, Wissenland. Don't you want money? Who doesn't like money?
Greetings on
Sterling.
behalf of the
Wow,
Empire.
they really don't want to trade. Alright, well, that's fine. Nobody wants us around, we got it. Oh! And Marienburg moves to assault Bretonia.
By the comet.
And takes heavy losses but wins. Guess what? Here is our opening.
Who calls?
Alright, we're going to recruit Sterling's Revenge. And I think they're out of range for reinforcement. To reinforce. Declare war.
Ulrich's will.
Oh, they're not out of range to reinforce, but they are badly hurt, so that's okay. Continue the
No
siege.
peace, just war.
I'm not sure how reinforcing armies work on siege battles. It's been a while.
Let's move.
Alright, let's do the 22 turns to siege it down. That's hilarious. Alright, well, let's take these guys on. Conquest of Marienburg! We can do this! Alright, we're gonna gamble. Okay, so that's how they get their reinforcements. They come in from the back, whereas ours come in from out here. That's pretty cool. Alright, gamble.
More black powder is needed.
Didn't really help at all. Alright, so... Well, question is, how do we want to do this battle? I am going to give it a moment's thought. So, alright, so what we're going to do is we will have Gelt and the Great Swords rush the gatehouse. I think they'll be able to kind of break their way through. We'll have as many of the men kind of behind in right here as we can. My main concern is we want to try and get out of the fields of fire of the fort towers, because they will inflict heavy losses on us if we don't do that very quickly. So, we are not at all going to be worried about our troops being massed together in a way. We're just gonna run forward as quickly as possible. And I want the Great Swords in the middle, along with Gelt, because I think they'll be the kind of the best at knocking in the gatehouse. And I want the mortars close up too. We want to get the mortars close enough in that they can just pause and start firing. There we go. All three of you. And you're not going to be of much use for now, so we'll put you farther back. Okay. Shall we begin? Quick pause, get everyone moving right off the bat. You guys attack. You guys get as close as you can. Same with you. Sort of. Anyways, same with you. Again, sort of. Crossbows I'll allow to be a little farther back. They might take some extra losses, but that's okay. I want them to be able to hit people on the walls and have a decent enough arc to even hit people behind the walls. Oh, I totally forgot about my spearmen, didn't I? Well, that's okay. Actually, their best use here might just be to draw fire from the towers, if possible. Meanwhile, artillery, move forward as well. And then we'll see. Alright, yep, that's going to be mostly inside the tower's arcs. We can always fine-tune things after. Meanwhile, you get up here too, man.
We serve the Emperor!
Almost inside. And then they'll be able to open fire on the guys on the walls. Do some damage that way. Not ideal, but I'm not sure they're actually hitting anybody, but they're at least being distracting and annoying. Yeah, they kinda got a guy. Nah, this is a waste of ammo. Total waste of ammo. Crossbows are too vulnerable still. They need to move up. Alright, come on, guys. You can do this. Swords farther up. Free company farther up. And crossbows farther up. Meanwhile, you are in the right spot. Excellent. Alright, now that no one needs distracting, you go get out of range. Mortars. You're great on the wall, don't get me wrong. So, keep hitting them. These halberdiers are not happy. Alright, crossbows. See if you can hit those handgunners. You should be in range. Yes, indeed. You've got the arc. Perfect. These guys are going to take tons of losses. Ah, crap. Now we can't even see them. The gate is down, I think. Nope, the gate's still up. Good. Okay. Well, let's pull Gelt back, actually. There's no reason for him to be there. And let's have him drop some Hounds of Gehenna here on these guys. Oh, as they're getting torn up. Those Hounds are just brutal. I love them. Crossbows. Can you hit any of these guys? Come on, mortar. Gelt, give me another group of them. Those Hounds are amazing. Tearing apart the enemy. Excellent. I love how the crossbows can fire over the walls in this arc. It's beautiful. One thing I have noticed is you don't have guys getting thrown off. But that's partially because they've got these railings! I do feel like that guy should have been thrown down here, but whatever. That's such a minor thing to gripe about. Alright, you don't have the shot. Crossbowmen. Hit this group of free company if you can. The gates are breached! Great swords. Inward. Gustav. Inward. Let's do this. As the great swords are like, yep, hello, lord. And the swordsmen attack. Excellent. Let's do this. We've got the fight ready to rock. Gelt. Give me some more Hounds, baby. And then some rain. Enemy lord wounded. Alrighty, excellent. Crossbows, keep hitting those free company best you can here, and handgunners. Swordsmen, I want you inside. Get in there. Best you can, anyways. Let the mortars keep doing damage to the units up here. Gelt's magic can keep help annihilating enemies back here. Gustav's just like, yeah, I'll take on an entire group. Why not? Yeah. Gustav's fine. Still, he is taking some pain. Now, here's the fun part. Now that they are abandoning the walls, I want to take them with my free company. And then the free company will be able to fire down from the walls on the enemy. Meanwhile, we'll send the spearmen up as well to give them some support. Crossbows, don't move, just fire. Swordsman, where are you, Gustav? You're right here, still fighting over it. Great swords. You're in the center, I need you over here. Just as I need more hounds right there. Okay, it's a nice grouping of the enemy to get torn apart. That went pretty well. Alright, let's drop some more rain on the enemy right there. That's a nice little concentration of swordsmen. Yes. Come on, man, you got this. Kill Jovi the Scarred. Hold on, we have a unit of swordsmen doing nothing, guys. Get into the fray here. You've got stuff to do. Enemies to kill. All that jazz. Alright. Come on, guys. Just get on the wall and start shooting down on the enemy. Come on. I want them shooting at these swordsmen primarily. There we go. Getting some small amount of fire down on the enemy, at least. Oh, halberdiers getting bombarded. I like that. Sigmar's sons! Kill these halberdiers. Shattered. We've got this battle pretty well won, I think. Those guys are broken. Kill Ulrich. Oh, jeez. Gustav is a little beat up.
Take the walls! Sterling's remain!
But so is Ulrich. And Jovi the Scarred. The problem as well. Oh, hello. They have knights. I didn't even know that. You guys... Alright, so... One of the nice things about Vortex's spells, though, like the Hounds, is that they do a ton of damage to cavalry. And then they tear into our own men. But they do a ton of damage to cavalry. First. Let's see if we can also bombard them down a bit. Oh yeah. They did not like that. Where's that lord? No, that's not the one I wanted you fighting. Their lord came out here to attack, huh? Oh no, he is running. Okay. Well, in that case, Outriders! Make sure he stays running, please. Where do we still have enemies? These Outriders, okay. Cease chasing. I want Gelt to hit them with the Hounds. And I need them to stay in one place for that to work. least for a moment.
They'll never move.
There we go.
Lowering down your sword arms! Move that tower! State troops ready!
How do you like losing a third of your unit?
Take the
Excellent! We've done it! Marienburg falls to the Empire! Ha 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 ha! Good job, men. You all fought well. Bit of cash to finance things, and now we occupy the city.
I am in ascent.
Ah! It's got a bound spell, Fireball. I think I'll transfer that to Gelt. And an Outrider, that's nice.
I am the Supreme Patriarch.
Details! Gelt, we'll give you the Ruby Ring. It just suits you better.
The
Meanwhile,
Empire.
Gustav, is there anything I wanted you to have? Nope, you're good. Okay.
Ready.
Well, Gelt leveled up again from the fighting. Let's give him the last level of Honest Steel. Well, let's see if the Bretonians want
Come
chat.
to Bretonia, stranger. I am its king. King Lewin Leon.
So, Bretonia is really weak right now. That makes me very tempted. I'd be willing to bet Marienburg
Don't waste my
would
time
accept
with-
peace. The only thing that has me wanting to push toward Gorsel is the salt there. I'm not sure that we really need anything else from it. Ooh, we could recruit some Pistoliers.
You summon me.
I'm sure Gustav wouldn't mind. Yeah, let's transfer the Outriders to Gustav as well. Let's go
Yes,
one more unit of
sound plan.
one unit of Pistoliers with them, and that'll leave us about 1,000 income a turn. Yeah,
What?
and then we will push forward. Oh, but I think that may have to wait for our next session. I am unfortunately running a bit out of time. I was hoping to get this entirety started earlier, but it's, well, been a really busy weekend. I just haven't had the chance to game much or do really anything else. I had a wedding to go to yesterday, tons of errands to run today. Just a long one, so... Alright, so we're building a weaving house in Helm, Gart. I think that's a good place for us to leave off at the end of Session 1. We have conquered back all of Reikland, and we have taken the city of Marienburg. And we're in a good position to either finish our conquest of Marienburg, or to push on and hit Cologne, and take the war to Bretonia very early on. I don't know for sure that that's what we want to do. There are advantages either way. We'll probably want to smash the Skull Smashers before we do either way, but the trick with taking either Koran or Gorsel is that both are later in the game going to have to be defended from Norska raids, and they can be quite annoying. Now, I'm thinking Cologne we may want to grab. It's going to be easier to defend than Gorsel because it's a castle rather than a settlement. But it's not like we can't build walls around our settlements and make them pretty hard to take too, so we'll have options. And we will start exploring those options in our next session. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed the introduction to the Steel Faith Overhaul, the Grand Campaign Custom Maps mod, the Legitimacy mod for the Empire, and quite a few other little ones I haven't even mentioned. I've got one mod that gives you the Expedition March as a replacement for the Forced March. So as you can see, you get bonus, you lose movement range while you're in Expedition March, and you have a penalty to battle vigor. But you do have a huge bonus to ambush defense and to attrition and leadership while you're in. So it's a good stance for while you're in foreign territory if you don't expect to be attacked. If you don't actually see any enemy armies. Oh. Hello, Red Horns. I don't like you being there.
I will marshal the men.
We may have to do something about you soon, too. We'll see. I might, if they're peaceable and they just kind of move through my territory without attacking, we might let them go through with just a turn or two of having raided, but we'll see what happens. It'll all have to wait until next time. So again, hope you've enjoyed the intro to this campaign, and I will be continuing it very soon in the future. But for now, we're going to save. Let's see. I'll just save it as the Empire for now. Why not? And for the moment, this shall be Pally signing off.